Hey everybody, this is Kohdok here, and as the first review of the new year, I figure we might as well start off right. Well, 2014 wasn't the best year for LEGO. I mean, 2013 was great. The LEGO movie came out and everything was awesome! But 2014 saw a bit of a decline in the LEGO sets. They were still trying to push Chima as their major line, although they seem to have booted it aside a little bit for now, but 2015 looks like it's going to be a whole lot better. Not only is the second LEGO movie slated to come out sometime in the future, but the start of the year is also going to have the resurrection of an old franchise that initially came out when I was a kid. And of course that would be Bionicle. Now, Bionicle's been around for a while. Like I said before, it's when I was still a kid. I think I might have been starting junior high at the time, but still, it's a fairly old series that really came out with a bang and got a lot of people interested. The original Bionicle was about an island called Matanui, which was surrounded by an endless ocean and contained many creatures which were techno-organic, part machine. However, this island was threatened by a sinister antediluvian force known simply as the Makuta. One day, some mysterious canisters bring 6 mighty elemental warriors known as the Toa to this withering island. But will they be able to save Matanui and discover the true identity of the sinister Makuta? Now, the character of Kopaka, who I'm reviewing today, was one of these original 6 Toa. And I just have to say, he was the most awesome, incredible, interesting, and amazing character that Bionicle, nay, all of LEGO has ever put out. This is a fact that absolutely cannot be disputed. Sorry, Vitruvius, Kopaka has your butt on speed dial. So anyway, Kopaka was the Toa of Ice, and in this newest incarnation, which seems to be like a reboot with a very similar original plot to it, Kopaka is the Master of Ice. He is still, like in the original, the Toa arrive from the stars and have really no memory of who they are or what their destiny is. And this was part of what really worked for Bionicle because it set up a mysterious atmosphere, and I think they've kind of captured it really well. Now, in this new series, the island is no longer called Matanui, it is instead called Okoto, and rather than this kind of sinister presence that slowly seeds itself through the hearts of the weak and narrow-minded, instead it is being invaded by
spiders! A giant legion of spiders! My dream is finally realized!
head crabs. Okay, I admit they're actually called skull spiders, but they have 4 legs and they jump onto people's heads, just like head crabs. And you better watch out because they just might jump on your face! But it's still no match for Kopaka. Once he gets his golden mask of power, it is spider shish kebab time. So, these new sets, while they do a lot of Hero Factory stuff, they also invoke a lot of things in the original Bionicle. For example, it still has a lot of the look, it still has a mask that's designed to look a lot like Kopaka's original mask. It still uses Kopaka's setup of having a shield and a one-handed weapon, and even though it uses a lot of the flexible construction figure parts, it actually still has some of the automated action figure work that made Bionicle famous. For example, Kopaka is still able to thrust with his hand due to some gear work in the past, and an extra gear here allows him to actually hold it in place, which I think is pretty good. It actually looks really nice. I love how they are invoking how the original Toa looked, because the original Toa actually kind of got a little out of hand, although there's only one thing about this Kopaka figure that I don't really like, and that is the price. Now, I love Bionicle for 2 reasons. Firstly, after 2 amazing years of Bionicle, I mean, we had the Toa, they got upgraded forms, the 7th Toa arrived, they finally found a gate that could lead them off of Matanui, all of our questions were going to be answered, and then suddenly...
Did I tell you about the time I was your age?
They deviated away from the core 6 Toa. That is really what killed it for me. The core Toa, after this moment, even though it was like a huge climactic moment, would not be seen again for years. And by the time they finally got there, the prices had really spiraled out of control. Like, the figures, the Toa were initially like $6 or $7, but by the time the core Toa finally came back, they were like $16, $15, $16, which is just insane. And like I said, I love everything about this set except the price. This set was $20.
God, that really does suck the cool out of everything.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of toy manufacturers seem to be forgetting this. A lot of the toys that take off and become popular are ones where the kid goes, "Mommy, I want this," and the parent looks at the price tag and he's like, "Huh," and throws it into the shopping cart. You know, things that are affordable and give a decent value. I mean, they have like these smaller characters, but they're kind of like how the Turaga were in the first Bionicle series, and they're $10. They still cost more than the original Toa did. I think the price tag is really going to hurt these new Bionicles. I mean, then again, a lot of the fans of Bionicles are people who are my age and remember it from when they were kids, so I imagine a lot of those kinds of people will be perfectly willing to pay that premium. I just don't know about inducting a whole lot of new fans into it. But still, these sets look great. As long as Makuta doesn't get replaced by Dr. Smith, I think we're going to do fine. So, Happy New Year, this is Bionicle, and this is Kohdok signing off.
Did I ever tell you about the time we all got turned into animals?
Only 1,000 times, Grandpa.
Well, it all started when we returned to Metru Nui to save the Matorans.